What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hard Park 703 channel. So this time around, we've got a part for the interior that we're going to be installing. We're taking a break from performance. We're taking a break from the exterior and all that. You know, time to switch things up a little bit. Actually, not really. It's just the fact that I have so many parts laying around. I got to get to installing them so I can make room here in the house for more parts. I make very bad financial decisions. But I've got things on order. They're coming. What's done is done. So I just got to keep firing off these videos. And so then that way I can offload everything on the phone. I can make room at the house and everything. It's going to be great. All right, shut up. But, all right, let me show you something that I just found out real quick. And then we'll get into the part. So, frunk, trunk, right? I've been hyping both up that you've got plenty of storage room in this vehicle. Well, may have been a lie. Why? Because I've got a box right here, right? Cool. From Paragon Performance. All right, let's take measurements. Ta-da. All right, so this box measures. So it's basically 18 inches by, what is it? 18? Same thing. So basically 18 inches by 18 inches, okay? So, and then width, whatever. I mean, width isn't really important, but I guess that's 8 inches. Okay. So it's a perfect square, 18 by 18, right? Okay. What am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that this box is 18 by 18. So you would say 18 inches in length, height, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't even fit in the frunk. The frunk is very, very deep, right? Well, problem is, I guess, like, it just doesn't clear by, like, I don't know, like an inch, like, because it slopes down in the front, right? So the box fit towards the back of the frunk, but it didn't fit in the front, and so the hood wouldn't close. So now you know an 18 by 18 inch box does not fit in the frunk. Cool, okay, well, trunk looked like it's much bigger than the frunk, so I tried to put the box back in the trunk. Trunk is actually much shallower than the frunk itself, so the box just doesn't fit there either. A lot of things can fit horizontally, right? Like laying down and everything like that in the trunk, but you cannot fit an 18-inch tall box in the trunk. I tried to even kind of wedge it at like a 45-degree angle. Just doesn't work. So, sadly, the space, all the space that I guess you have in your Stingray is useless for when you have a box of this dimension. And so I was going to open this box up once I got to the shop tomorrow, right? I was going to throw the box into whatever, the front or the trunk, and then I was going to start filming at the shop tomorrow and everything, blah, blah, blah. But considering I don't feel like putting the box of this dimensions like on the white seats and stuff like that, I just don't want anything touching the white seats like that. I'm very OCD, as you guys know. We're just going to do the unveiling here, and we're going to open it up and everything, and we're going to talk about it, and then I'll pick up the video tomorrow morning. Why do I sound so angry? I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm just very passionate right now. Just very dismayed at the fact that it just needed an extra inch and it would have fit in the front. All right, let's get to the big question. What's in the box? Well, I'll tell you. And so what's in the box is something that I've been dying to put on this vehicle since the very beginning. And so I prioritized other things first. And I've had this since the get-go. This was like, I think this was probably the first part I ordered out of all of my parts. And obviously we've gone through a lot of parts. So this thing's been sitting around for a while. So it is steering wheel. So stock steering wheel, awesome. I have no problem with it. I love the leather. I love the feel. It's great. But the Z06 came out, and then the Z06 steering wheels looked that much better, right? Because they got carbon fiber. Cool. So that caught my attention. I was like, well, I would love to have some carbon fiber, so then that way it matches the other carbon fiber that I have in the interior. And so that's what I did. So like I was saying, I wanted a Z06 steering wheel, but I also wanted to change out the feel of the steering wheel itself. And so what do I mean by that? The stock steering wheel, it's a great steering wheel. I have no like issues with it. With how it's built and stuff like that. Like the material feels great and everything. the ergonomics, I guess you would say, if I'm using the term correctly, the ergonomics feels a little weird. Why? Because it like forces you to have your hands further up. So instead of your hand being naturally like right here, they put the thumb placement all the way up here. And so your hand really, really goes much higher. And so it just feels weird. It's almost as if like the steering was like elongated up top. And so anyways, it's not really a big gripe. It's not even a big deal. It's just that if I got the factory Z06 steering wheel, it would be the exact same wheel, just with different materials. So I looked around and I saw that Paragon Performance offered a Z06 style steering wheel, and they redesigned where your thumb placement would be. And not just that, in my opinion, it also matches the interior a lot better. So I need to stop talking and just show you. So, all right, cool. So here's the box. What's this? What happened here? Okay, what is it? All right, this is the back of the steering wheel. So, yeah, this is the back of the steering wheel. So that's what goes on with the center nut and everything, blah, blah. So that probably just like broke through here. So, all right, cool. Let's open this box, and then that way I can show you the other box. Let's open this one up. Oh, cool. Okay, no tab or anything. All right, see, carbon fiber, leather, silk. All right, let's see what they got. Da-da-da. Ooh. See, this is what I love about Paragon Performance. Everything that I've ordered from Paragon Performance, I mean, they really, really, like, package the crap out of all their parts. Like, I'm talking about, like, right, like, all the protection and everything. Like, look at this. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Is my steering wheel white? They put so much foam on here and everything. Like, thank you so much. That's fantastic. This is how you know you're getting a part that's not going to have any issues or anything, because they really, really take care of their product in shipment. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, cool. Here is the steering wheel. So feels like a steering wheel. All right, let me just stop filming for 1 second. Let me open this up or whatever. And oh man, this thing already feels amazing. All right, let's just finish unwrapping this. I'm telling you right now, I haven't even taken a look at the whole thing, and this thing just feels amazing already. This thing's gonna look so dope. I already have a feeling. All right, we got everything off, all that tape. Here we go. Oh my God. This is sex on wheels. That is sick. And it's got the center stripe. I forgot about that. That is sick. It's got the same white as my interior. Oh, that is dope. That is dope. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I'm telling you right now, the carbon fiber on this thing is so flawless and sexy. Oh man. And then the stitching, oh, that's dope. The stitching is white as well, and it's the same white as the interior. Oh, that's so sick. Oh man. I just thought it was just like gonna be a bright white, right? So I could deal with that. But the fact that it's actually really matched to the interior, that is so dope. That is so perfect. Oh man. All right, this thing's getting heavy. Hold on, let me put it down for a second. All right, I'm telling you right now though, this leather right here is gorgeous. I don't mean just in looks. Yes, in looks, this looks amazing, right? It's perforated leather, and then it's going to go with the perforated leather that you see on the seats, right? So that, I absolutely love that. That was another criteria as well, right? So perforated leather with the perforated seats. Well, not just that. I'm holding it right now, and this thing just, oh man, it feels so good. The ergonomics of this thing this is money. And the thumb placement, like, so instead of the thumb placement being much higher up, right? Like the other steering wheel was, so like the other one would have had like the thumb placement kind of like up here where my thumb is right now. This one has it much lower. This one has it right here. This feels good. And the groove, oh man, that feels so good. Like, I'm telling you right now, there's a great, all right, is that coming out? I don't know. I mean, do we really want to talk about the groove that much? But you get it. Obviously, you've seen other steering wheels. So this thing feels, oh man, this is definitely a very nicely made steering wheel. Like someone took their time And this is made with love and pride. That sounds so lame. Love and pride. But I'm pretty sure it was made with love and pride. So that is so, so nice. The stitching is so nice. Wow. Wow. I'm in love. Okay, let's put this side by side with the other one. All right, so let's do a side-by-side comparison. Here we go. It's a pretty good shot right there. So you can see how the thumb placement is different, right? So my thumb is over it right now, and then the thumb placement is much higher right there as I was talking about, right? So that, but then not just that alone. I mean, like I'm saying, look at the quality of the leather as well. The perforated leather, it just matches the interior perfectly. The color is spot on. It goes so well with the interior. And then the white, especially the white, look at the stitching, and then look at the center stripe. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, this is going to be so dope. All right, that's heavy. That's heavy. Just because you have carbon fiber on your steering wheel doesn't mean it's not heavy. Oh, my shoulder's taking a beat. So excited to get this on tomorrow morning. This is going to look so good. And the carbon fiber on this thing, just all the carbon fiber right there and just the weave, it's going to go perfectly with the existing carbon fiber that I have in the vehicle right now. So like when you're looking at the vehicle right here, let's say on a nice sunny day, top off and everything, all the carbon fiber right there, and then you're gonna have all this carbon fiber glistening in the sun as well right there. So speaking of glistening, you guys know me, I'm gonna wax the crap out of this thing right now. So because obviously it'll be much easier than when it's actually in the vehicle and everything. So I'm just gonna put all my coatings on it and everything right now, and I'm gonna shine it up nicely. So then obviously I don't care if like we touch it tomorrow and everything, right? Or whatever, it'll be that much easier to wipe off and stuff. And then that way I'll have the protective barrier on this always for when it's just chilling in the sun with the top off. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. And I mean, I guess I'll show you, yeah, right? Like I always show you the difference in like the shine. So obviously there's a little bit of shine right now, a little bit, just a little bit. But this thing should be much, much brighter when I'm done with it. So give me a few minutes and I'll pick it back up. We're gonna go through the exact same process that we did with the Paragon Performance gurney flap. And you guys saw how that thing turned out once I shined it up. That thing is just epic. It's coated for all time. So we're going to do the exact same thing for this thing. So we're going to start with our polishing compound, right? So we're going to add a layer, whatever, blah, blah, and then we're going to buff it out, and then we're good to go with that. Then we're going to proceed with the wax right after that, and then we're going to buff it off. And, I mean, the end result is going to speak for itself. So got to stop filming. It's late at night. I got to finish this up. Let's do it. And all done. And now look at the shine on this thing. Look at that. That is nuts. It's like a mirror. Oh, that thing is going to be so well protected, but not just that. I mean, just that glossy, wet shine is just amazing. I love it. I love it. That looks so, so good. Oh, I cannot wait. Okay, I will pick this up tomorrow morning. So bright and early, 9:30, and Brian will begin the install. I'll start filming how to take the factory steering wheel off, and then how to swap everything over, and then put this one back on. I don't think it should be too difficult, but we'll see. I already looked up some steering wheel install videos. My stock steering wheel has a few components that aren't going to transfer to this, so that's why I felt more comfortable with Brian doing the install instead of me, because I'm good with bolting stuff on, but then when it comes to like wiring and whatnot, yeah, I trust my friends more. So anyways, I'll pick it up in it's so hot in here, dude. This is awesome. All right, so a 17 by 17 inch box will fit in the frunk, and for that matter, probably at an angle, a 17 by 17 inch box would probably fit in the trunk. So you just got to remove the outer box. I guess this might be universal information, I guess. If you get a box for your steering wheel, then just remove the shipping box, and then that way you can just put the inner box. So that's great. See, the other box was higher, and so it wouldn't clear this. It was higher than this, so this wasn't closing. But now this one, it's in there, and it's perfect. Very much first world problems, but problems nonetheless. Hey, all right, good morning. So got the car here in the shop. Brian already took a look at the videos. He said this looks pretty straightforward. no weird issues that he can foresee or anything. So he's already getting to it. Shouldn't take too long. So all right. So to get the steering wheel off, first things first, you gotta locate two little plastic panels on each side, right? On the left and right side. They're right here, right behind the paddle shifter. It's small little plastic pieces. They look like this, right? So they're right here, and you just pop them off. You can use a trim panel remover tool thing. It'll help really, and then that'll allow you access to, I believe, we'll figure it out. Maybe it's 10 millimeters. Oh, okay, so it is. So it is 10 millimeter. It's 10 millimeter bolts. So you're gonna have it on both sides. So always just. Nice and simple right there. Now this is gonna allow the airbag to come towards you. You're now gonna be able to pull it towards you, and then you gotta obviously unclip a lot of the wiring behind it and everything. So, all right, so it looks like there's three things to unplug back there. You got one on towards the bottom of the airbag, and then you got two in the center right there. You can see those two yellow ones, and then you can see that red one right down there. So you got to disconnect all of that. The yellow ones, apparently, I believe you have to depress on both sides the orange tabs, and then you can pull them out. Yeah, so trying to get both little like prongs off at the same time is a little tedious, but with a little patience, you can do it. Nothing too difficult, as you saw. And now the bottom one. Oh, that was easy. Cool. All right, set the airbag aside. Now we have access to that center locking nut. You just gotta crack that thing off. So, oh, I guess before the center. All right, so now there's an extra tab that you gotta remove. It's on the top of the steering wheel right there. It's the big yellow one that you see. So you gotta, what is it? It's something you gotta disconnect? It's
There's a lock.
Okay.
A locking tab.
Okay, so it's the locking tab that you got to disconnect right there, that big.
It's a red.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a red little tab right there in order for you to pull the.
Before you can push the release.
Gotcha. Okay, so you pull that one out, and then you move on to the center locking nut. So let's take a look real quick. So this right here was inserted into that cavity right there, right? And so you gotta pull that little red tab up right there where my finger was, and then that way you can get to it. Sweet. So, little piece of advice, when you're loosening up the center locking nut, you can reverse it out and then keep it in place, because when you're pulling your steering wheel back, you don't want to bash yourself in the face. So this way it'll catch the steering wheel as you're loosening it up and you're getting it off pretty much. There you go. Perfect. All right, so next you're gonna have to remove the T10s. So you got two T10s right there. Just two? Makes sense. All right, so the two 10s that I pointed out, there's actually a third one, and it was very elusive because we were trying to figure out where it was, and we didn't feel like looking at the video.
Right in plain sight.
It's hidden right on the bottom right there, and it's deep in there. So you got to get one of these type of long shorts. Yeah. So your regular bit's not going to fit in there. So now that we discovered that, now the back can come off, the back plastic piece can come off much easier. So it's not difficult taking these parts off. You just got to find where all the screws are, and then after the screws, I mean, you'll just start seeing what you have to unclip. So it's not anything too difficult. It's tedious. So you just take your time slowly, right? Because you don't want to miss anything that's clipped on and then break a wire, or you don't want to break the plastic, right? By thinking you got all the screws off, and then all of a sudden there was one holding it there, and then you crack it. So just, be patient, but it's not difficult. Yeah. So important piece of information: before you pull off the black plastic surround on the steering wheel, it's going to be clipped in. There's wiring that's clipped in. So do not try to yank that plastic piece off just like that. You gotta unclip a bunch of the wiring back there. And so you've got, I think, 3 things connected. You got something connected right there, right? And so you got to use the little flathead screwdriver and push the pin, and that way you'll be able to get it off. So on this side, and then on the other side where Brian's at right now. And then I think I think we're left with just the, I think it's the connector for like the heated steering wheel function. I think that's the only thing that's like left on there that's connected. So you just got to disconnect that as well. So. All right, so now we're disconnecting where the heated steering wheel function would be, like where that clip is. But then we're also gonna probably have to remove some of the wiring, because this is the part that I didn't feel comfortable with when I was seeing in the video. There's a piece that we have to remove, I guess, like right there where, sorry, zoomed in a lot. Right there, that big, thick black wiring right there that's shrouded. You gotta like separate something there, so we'll figure it out. Okay, never mind. We do not have to like separate anything from any electrical tape shroud or anything like that. It's just this wire right here that you see built into the factory steering wheel. This is what we're going to lose. This is the factory heated function, and so this just isn't going to clip back in because that's not what it's meant for. Like that steering wheel is not a heated steering wheel. So yeah, so you're just going to remove the steering wheel and you're going to be left over with this. So that's it. There you go. Now you know. This is what to look for when you're talking about the heated steering wheel function from the factory steering wheel. So there you go. And now we are working on the aftermarket steering wheel. Sweet. Sweet. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad to get this off. You see, like a bunch of places where the screws are going to go in, right? So these screws right here on the side are what's going to be holding down your paddle shifters, right? So screws holding the paddle shifters in place, but then also you're going to have to disconnect the paddle shifter. It's going to be a little like a pin that you're probably going to have to, a tab that you're probably going to have to remove with your screwdriver. So nothing difficult. Like I said, I don't have to cover everything in depth. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. But yeah, so this is the factory steering wheel is now off. We are good to go. Now moved on to the aftermarket one. So a good part about all of this is the fact that you're just getting the shell. You're just getting the aftermarket steering wheel. There's no other aftermarket parts on it. So you're just reusing everything from your factory steering wheel and placing it back on there. So at least you know all the connectors are gonna go back into place and everything. You just gotta position everything properly and then just start putting the screws back into place. You just gotta connect all the connectors and everything. And so like I say, once again, just take your time, but everything should line up once again, just like the factory steering wheel. Am I lying, Brian, or are things lining up?
The one plug over here is fighting me to go back in.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's just a me problem.
Gotcha.
It's like the tab on the side doesn't.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like the line is just like slightly off.
Okay, so you're talking about the connector that we were trying to plug back in. It's for the paddle shifter.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
And
so the hidden one,
yeah.
So easy to confuse.
Gotcha. Okay. So yes, just make sure. Okay, there we go. So the one that was hidden, it was hidden in here.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Dude, so they made it so you can't fuck it up.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yep.
Or
all right.
mess it up.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay. Now we're back on track.
Gotcha. All right. So it was a hidden connector. So just make sure you make that distinction, right? So the connector that needs to plug back into place, it's actually hidden on the inside of the plastic piece on the back of the steering wheel. So it should sit like right above it. And then the one that's loose, that connector goes for the paddle shifter. So that's where we were getting confused. So just remember with the process, when you're putting that aftermarket steering wheel, you would say like back together and everything, just do everything in reverse order. So put all your connectors back in place and then worry about all the screws. And I say that because if you screw everything back together and then you're like, well, why don't you just do the connectors afterwards? You're not gonna be able to access those connectors. So some of the connectors you really have to plug back in before you can actually screw things in, because you're gonna be sealing up compartments and everything where the connectors are at. So yeah, so just do everything in reverse order and just take your time. See, another piece right there. My finger looks massive here, zoomed in. Another piece that you gotta focus on is one of your hands is gonna have to hold everything in place from the bottom, right? And then you're gonna have to screw things in from the back, of course. So just make sure everything is positioned correctly. And so this is one of the things I keep saying. I mean, just take your time, because it's a little annoying trying to hold everything together in place while you're trying to line up all the holes and everything and trying to screw things back together. So you're saying there's pieces left over that we don't need to use on the aftermarket steering wheel?
There's these 4 screws.
Okay.
Don't come. Didn't have to come out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. So just keep that in mind. If you do the aftermarket Paragon Performance steering wheel for your C8, then you're going to have a couple screws left over. So you'll have 4 total left over. So 2 on this side and then 2 on that side. And so Brian's genius. My whole life, I've always just kind of put screws in a bag and then I just kind of throw them in the box if I remember. And then that way, at least I know the screws went with that. I've never even thought of why not just put the screws back onto the piece itself, so then that way you're good to go. So this man should have been in cybersecurity. So just another little side note, if you need the detailed disassembly of the factory steering wheel and then the detailed assembly of the aftermarket steering wheel, I'll link in the description of the video, I'll link the video for that Paragon Performance did, because that's the video that I went off of. So I'll link that there. That's the very detailed video. Like mine's more, you would say, high level. So then now it's skipping some parts because it's not too difficult. But in case you get stuck on anything or whatever, and my video doesn't necessarily cover that part that you're stuck on, then by all means, I'll have the other video linked there. So yeah, just want to throw that out there. So this way you don't have to swap between videos. It won't be difficult for you to have to find another video or whatever. You can just go to the description, and that way you can be linked straight to the Paragon Performance video. All right, so when you're putting the paddle shifter back on, remember to clip the connector back into place first, and then you're gonna put the paddle shifter back into its slot, and then you'll be able to screw it in. So, like I said, connectors first. All right, so now that it's back in position, now you can just hold it down with Brian, what is it? Is it 2 screws that hold the paddle shifters back into place?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so 2 screws. Yep. All right, everything was assembled back together. So now just obviously bolted back up, all the connectors going back into place. Don't forget that yellow one at the top, right? You just put that one back in first. And then you just connect everything on the back of the steering wheel. There we go, everything's back in place. So now we just gotta put the 2 10mm bolts back in to hold the steering wheel into its spot, and then put the plastic pieces over those bolts, and we are good to go. On there, solid, nice. Power's working, everything's coming back online. Well, obviously I'm gonna take it out in the sun. I'm gonna take the top off too to get a much better look at this, but here you go. That's what it looks like. This gives you a real good idea. Look how integrated that is into the vehicle. It flows with everything. That's awesome. All right, so just left Brian's shop, got home, took the top off, and now at least I can get some sunshine on the steering wheel. So let's take a better look. Why am I shutting the door? Why am I shutting the door? We're about to get back in. It looks so good in the sun. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that thing. Wow. Wow. That looks so, so good. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy the way it came out. This thing looks so great in here. It looks like as if, like I said, like as if it's like an OEM upgraded package. It doesn't look tacky or like, something that just something very, very aftermarket. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes people put aftermarket steering wheels in their vehicles and it just doesn't flow with the rest of their interior. This right here, it matches it beautifully. I mean, look at the carbon fiber itself right now. It's just the right amount of carbon fiber on there. The perforated leather matches the rest of the black. It's perfect. You've got the white stitching and then the white center stripe, and that, oh man, I just couldn't ask for anything better. Look at this. Just the perforations right there, and then the white just goes with the rest of it, and then obviously the carbon fiber. The carbon fiber just flows so nicely with the rest of that. Look at that. All that carbon fiber right there. And then you've just got that extra little bit right there. That looks perfect. Look at it. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that is so gorgeous. I'm so happy. Oh, I could not be happier. The beautiful part about it all is that it looks amazing from any angle, whether it's in the shade or in the sun. It flows beautifully, like even through the windshield, for example. Just looking at it through the windshield right there. That looks awesome. That looks so, so good. Look at that. Oh, that is so dope. That's awesome. Wow. All right, so let's talk about how it feels. I'm have to catch my breath. It is so hot. It is disgusting. I'm just pouring sweat. My shirt is like stuck to me. It's like 90 degrees, 100% humidity, but it's so worth it to get this review done. All right, so aftermarket steering wheel feels just as thick as the factory steering wheel. So Paragon Performance knocked it out of the park. I mean, the feel of this, the thickness of it is perfect. And not just the thickness, then all of a sudden now let's switch it up to ergonomics. I mean, this thing just feels amazing. Obviously, I was already kind of reviewing this yesterday while I was just holding it when it wasn't bolted to the car, but right now, I mean, it feels great. Your thumb placement is perfect, absolutely perfect. It's a dream to drive. It is absolutely a dream to drive. I love this steering wheel. The steering wheel is it's awesome. It just feels great in your hands. Trust me, just get one and you're gonna see. I'm learning not to put my hands obviously up top and on the bottom now. Like when I'm taking turns, I'm just kind of like moving my hands from side to side, right? I don't want to get any handprints on there. But yeah, this thing's great. The stitching, I mean, like I said, the stitching is just absolutely perfection. It's amazing. And then the center stripe is just, it's a dream come true. I mean, look at that thing. Like that is awesome. And it's built in there. It's not on top. It's actually inside. So it's not like a little raised bump or anything. So that is awesome. That is so dope. But yeah, so the steering wheel feels great. Installation was not too difficult at all. I would say all in all, first time installing it, I mean, it took us a little under 2 hours. Just because we were taking our time, seeing like where the connectors go and everything, seeing how we can tuck everything away, what screws are left over and whatnot, right? So if you're following Paragon Performance's install video, right? Because like I said, that one's much more detailed than mine. Mine's more a high level. And when I say high level, I'm not saying that to insult anyone. I just mean literally I'm using the term high level like as in it skips a bunch of steps, right? And so yeah, if you watch the Paragon Performance one, while you're playing it, right, while you're doing, I mean, you'll probably finish it within, I don't know, maybe a little over an hour. And so, yeah, so it's not difficult at all, and it's so worth it to swap out your steering wheel. I mean, this is a very easy steering wheel, not setup, but on the C7, it's a little bit more difficult to swap the steering wheel than it is on the C8. I can at least vouch for that. Because I've had to take the airbag off and everything, and it's got different types of pins and like springs and whatnot. This one's much easier. So yeah, definitely get it done. All right, well, I think we've covered all the bases regarding the steering wheel. It looks great. It feels great. I couldn't be happier with all this. I mean, that steering wheel is just so sexy. it looks like as if it should have come with the vehicle in the first place. So yeah, pick one up if you can. I prefer this one over the factory Z06 steering wheel. The ergonomics is fantastic. The feel, the material is just so high quality. And then the carbon fiber weave is just out of this world. So yeah, if you have the means, pick one up. And like I said, not too difficult of an install. All right, time to put that top back on because it's just way too hot. All right, if you like that video, go ahead and click that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.